Does the feeling of not being good enough stop you from doing what it is you really want to do in the world, be yourself and earn that gorgeous income that you want to earn doing what you love? Hi, I'm Sandra Inman and I'm a tapping into wealth coach and mindset coach. And if you're new to this channel and you want to step into your power, shine your light in the world, helping other people and making a difference in the world, then hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. In this video, we're going to do some tapping on that belief that I'm not good enough and the feelings of shame and fear and doubt and guilt that go with that feeling of not being good enough. And when most of my clients feel those feelings of shame and guilt and fear and not being good enough is either in the solar plexus or in the heart chakra. And that's because it's to do with your power. It's to do with who you really are and what you're bringing into the world. And when you don't feel good enough, it stops you from doing that. It stops you from thriving, doing what it is that you want to do in the world. So let's do some tapping around not being good enough, because there's heaps of things I can tell you about not being good enough and the things that you can do, the actions you can take to maybe help you feel good enough. But at the end of the day, the problem is in your nervous system, the problem is in your subconscious mind, and the only way to really shift these feelings and these beliefs is to work with the body and to work with tapping. So let's start tapping with I'm not good enough. Karate chop point. Even though I don't feel good enough, and I've never felt good enough, and I don't like it, I'm just going to honor myself. Even though I don't feel good enough, I don't know enough, I'm not valuable enough, just not good enough, I'm just going to love, honor and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't feel good enough, and I feel the shame and the fear and the guilt associated with this feeling and this thought and this belief, I'm just going to love, honor and accept myself today anyway. So tapping on the points. I don't feel good enough. I'm just not good enough. When I think about doing what I want to do, I tell myself I'm not good enough. When I think about the money and the wealth that I want, that I'd love, I just tell myself I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I feel the shame. I feel the fear. I even feel guilt. Who am I to do these things? Who am I to go out there and strut my stuff? Who am I to say that I'm an expert? Who am I to think that I can help anyone? I just don't feel good enough. I don't know enough. I haven't done enough. I don't have all the right certificates and papers. I'm not good enough. I just feel like I'm not good enough. And the fear in my stomach, in my solar plexus, this tension, heaviness in my heart, when I think about not being good enough. And this feeling's been with me a long time. It's been with me ever so long. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this feeling of not being good enough. Feeling the fear of stepping out. The fear in not being good enough. Feeling that fear of not being good enough. Feeling the fear of not being good enough. Not feeling good enough. Feeling that fear of not being good enough. And I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. Where does it come from? Why do I believe this? I'm open to questioning this belief. I'm open to questioning if I'm good enough, just as I am. I'm open to questioning this. Feeling the fear. Allowing the fear. Allowing the fear to just run through my body. Allowing the fear. Because it's fear I feel. The fear of judgment. The fear of criticism. All of those fears running through my nervous system. Letting it flow through my nervous system. That feeling of fear of not being good enough. Letting it run out through my body and down through my feet and to the earth. Feeling it running through my body and down through the earth. Letting it go. Letting this old feeling go. The thought of not being good enough and the fear associated with it. Feeling that fear and letting it go. Feeling the fear and letting it go out through my body into the ground to be transformed. What if I say yes to being good enough? What if I say yes today to being good enough, just as I am? What if just for one day I say yes to being good enough, just as I am? Even if it's just for the day. Feeling the peace. Feeling confident. Feeling courageous. Being good enough. Being good enough just for today. What does that feel like in my body? Where's the excitement in my body? Feeling good enough. And taking a deep breath and letting it out. So in that short tapping, we just went from being negative to being positive, and we did a mix of the thought that I'm not good enough with the major feeling associated with not being good enough, which is fear, plus a few other things thrown in there as well. Do that tapping every day. It's not going to move all of those feelings of not being good enough, but it can at least help lift you energetically, temporarily, if there's something that you need to do, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a meeting with a client, whatever it is that you might be feeling not good enough about. Just do that tapping a few times for maybe 10 minutes before you meet with that person or before you do what it is that you need to be doing, and allow your nervous system to calm down. It mightn't change you permanently, but it will help on a temporary basis. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and let me know in the comments field below how you went with the tapping. And if you want to continue to do more tapping around your money and your business and your feelings of value and worth, then There's a link below this video in the description field to my free 40-minute money clarity session where we get on Skype and we just have a chat to see where you are, where you want to be, and what I might be able to do to help you. In the meantime, I'm Sandra from freedomsuccesscoaching.com, and I'll see you on the next video.